Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit at Ford Field, which first opened back in 2002. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Ford Field tunnels, and the noise level in this place just about off the charts. They are set for football as the Lions get ready to do battle with the Minnesota Vikings. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. It's caught. Smith. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. Now, this defense for the Lions, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
It was a little bit enlightening talking with the defensive coordinator about their performance last week, because the feeling was that it was a good, solid performance. They did what they needed to do to get the job done and get the win, but definitely a few lapses that they're looking to correct.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3-and-out here on 3rd and 4. Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. So opening drive, 3 straight runs, unable to pick up the first.
I know the fans want to see first downs, but guess what? The coaches have reasons for what they're doing. Sometimes they've scripted it. And some of these runs, while they haven't been successful now, they may be successful later on.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Swift. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Now 2nd and 7 from the 23. Looking to throw. Reed. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
Timing is everything, and they work on this cut all the time. They work on all the timing patterns, and this time it paid off for them. Worked him to the center of the field, cut it to the outside, ball's delivered, gets both feet down for the completion.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Back to throw. Reed. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. Not much there, only a yard. So, Charles, first drive here, little safe completion underneath, maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
Reed now looking to throw on 2nd down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Again, he'll drop to throw. That's complete to Swift out of the backfield. And he is going to have the Lions 1st down. It won't be by much. He needed 3, and he got 3, barely. But the mark shows 1st down. A pair of 1st downs gives him a 1st and 10 up at the 44. On the option to give to Swift here. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 41. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up 2nd down.
But they're certainly not neglecting their run duties as well as they ate up the blockers in front and allowed the secondary to get home.
$13 yards remaining on 2nd down. Operating from the gun. Reed. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done.
Well, from their point of view, this game could not be starting out much better, could it? Force a punt on defense, and now they're moving it crisply on offense.
Crisply, I like that. Yeah, moving it very, very well. Looks like the defense on their heels a little bit. You put a score in here, long way to go, but you're right, that's a heck of a start.
Yeah, and I think this is where the play caller is looking at his play sheet and saying, to have that dagger play, to have that play and just finish them off right now, because I think they'd love to gain that big advantage early.
Here's Reed throwing on 1st down. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. And it's a clinic that we're seeing put on here so far. 6 for 6 first drive of the game for him passing.
You know, I'm a defensive guy, and while I'm admiring the heck out of what they're doing, throwing the ball around, all I keep thinking is this is where the quarterback has to go down. You've got to ruffle his timing, change things up, get some more pressure on him, because right now he's way too comfortable in throwing the ball downfield.
It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. No gain there on the completion, 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Here's a handoff to Swift. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25. Decided to hand it off that time on the run-pass option.
Appeared to be an easy decision. Just gave it inside. Nice steady gain.
Play clock down to 3, and we're going to get a timeout here. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. To throw is Reed. Off the play fake. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. No doubt, a very disappointing end to what was a pretty strong opening drive.
They had 3 points in their back pocket. It was there for them. If you don't like what you see, just throw it away. Make sure you get those points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game, but I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. A give to Cook out of the gun. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
To throw now on first down. Going deep here for Watkins. And it's a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete.
I spotted man coverage on the outside. I expect we'll see a lot of that from this defense as this game moves on. And that was a good job there as that one was knocked away.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the pistol, the give to Jones. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. No score after 1 on EA Sports. So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs. action. They'll throw. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Looks like a 9-yard loss, and it also brings up 4th. Here's Corey Bojorquez now. And he'll take this across the 25 before going out of bounds. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And the Lions will take over. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They go back to the ground, this time Swift. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now a handoff as they run left side. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards on back-to-back plays there, and that's another 1st down.
Would you say this offense is locked in right now?
They're having no trouble on this drive. What is it, 3 plays, 3 first downs?
Yeah, you talk about on the march. They keep this up, they'll get to that end zone real fast.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Webb. And only able to get 2 here. Stopped at the 30.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
On 2nd down, Swift. And he's going to be stopped just short of the 1st down marker at the Vikings' 25. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line.
I haven't met a football team yet that runs the ball successfully that doesn't talk about having an attitude to be a running football team, right? You got to be able to put your nose in there, smell where the first down sticks are, and get there.
Reed on 1st and 10. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now a 2nd down and 6. Now a carry for Swift, and he'll take it from the 18 to the 15, a gain of 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. And now here's a carry heading left. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10.
We all love to have a home run hitter in the backfield. Guy can take it the distance. But in short yardage, trying to pick up first downs, that big guy, always a nice luxury to have, isn't he?
From the 10, 1st and goal. Two minutes on the clock in what's been a scoreless first half. Now Reed on 1st down. Eluding the pressure right toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on 2nd and goal. To throw again, Reed. He'll get this off to Swift. And here he'll get it down to the 7. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to 3rd and goal.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Big play coming here. It's 3rd and goal. Looking to throw. Reed. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Also a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
So a good kick there. They put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow. Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Here's 2nd and 8. Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They run the counter with Cook. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They run again on 1st down. Cook. Room here to run. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. Left side, Cook. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. third and short. They'll try and pick it up through the air toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Problems on third down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on third down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to third down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on first and second down.
The kick by Bass is good. And that will knot things up here late in the first half. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
Reed now. A final shot before break. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. So we are at halftime here on a Monday night as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. Second half ready to roll. 2 field goals, a combined output in half number 1. Could be first touchdown wins. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. It's a tie football game here. What do you think, Charles, the message was at halftime?
Well, I think that they probably just looked at things and said, we're fortunate that this is a tie game. No need to panic. No need to change a whole lot. We didn't play anything close to our best in the first half, so we don't have to go out and win one for the Gipper. Let's just go out and play our best football and win one for us.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Back to throw. Reed. And he's got his man on the out route. And able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. On the option to give to Swift here. Swift is hit, and he coughs it up. And the Vikings pick up the football. And his crew will take over with the football at the 35-yard line. And that, Charles, you'd have to think a pretty avoid. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
The fumble on 1st down. Now here's 2nd down. From the gun, here's Swift. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance. Reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. Like you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. keep them to short gains, make the fundamental tackle.
Once again, it's Swift. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. 47 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
And to give this time to the tailback. And he'll get about 5 here as he'll take this down inside the 20-yard line.
He hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he'll get this down only to the 18. It'll only be a gain of a yard, and it sets up a 3rd down and 4 now. When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
A field goal would get him the lead, but that's not what they're shooting for as they come up on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Reed. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's going to have just a couple here with a marker on the field as well. So apparently some grabbing there in the middle of the O-line.
I've often wondered why that doesn't happen more often for guys that play center. Having to snap the ball and then trying to get your hands into the proper position, that's difficult to do. He got caught that time.
So following the holding call, what can they do here on 3rd and long? Off the play fake. Reed. It's complete to Fuller. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. And now the Vikings are going to stop it here on defense with a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches. They'll try it now with Swift. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the 1st. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Back to throw. Reed. He finds his man. Complete. It's Webb. 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Reed. And he's got his man in stride. Complete. And in for the Lions touchdown. A great play there. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Lions have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the lead is now 10-3. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now, the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. On 2nd down, it's Cook again. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Handoff comes to Cook. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to look deep for Watkins. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play that time through the air. 36 yards. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. First down, here's the run with Cook. Stopped short of the 25. The second effort couldn't free him. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right. It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
2nd down, they go right back to Cook. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4. The Vikings on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 5. A give. This is Cook. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sends his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. To the sideline, and he's got it. They say the feet are down. Yes, the line judge says they're in. That'll be a 1st down. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on 1st and goal. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1. Again, it's Cook, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook taking it in from a yard out. And the Vikings are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good, and we are tied here in the 4th quarter. All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Now a handoff as they run left side. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. They're looking at 3rd and the nose of the football. Here's a handoff to Swift running left. Swift's got the first down and then some. He's at the 30. 10, 5, touchdown, Detroit. DeAndre Swift, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Lions answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the 4th. Extra point right down the middle. And that makes it a 17-10 score. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that one one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. They start the drive with Cook. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. He didn't even try to signal for a timeout, so they must have not been aware of the numbers.
I think he lost track of the time left in the play clock and probably was trying to read the defense and trying to figure out which play to run and just lost track, and it cost him.
Now back to throw. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Vikings on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. Looking to throw. Buying time to his left. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. They get 15, but they still needed a little bit more. 4th down. They'll run for it. Cook. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's that 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right spot and win at the line of scrimmage? That's what they did there.
Cook. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
And that last carry puts him right at 100 yards for the game. So how has he done it? Because he's been patient, followed his blocks, let everything develop, and then burst through for big gains.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. He didn't seem in a rush. I guess they just didn't know where the play clock was.
I think you're right about that because there was no hurried movements there, right? No up-tempo at all. Clock just ran out. I think he was as surprised as maybe his bench was.
Play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Kenny Clark in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. That's complete. It's Cook. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49.
That's a nice job right there, partner, because they were able to work down the middle of the field, working in the seams, because I think defensively, they were guarding the sidelines, trying to keep them from getting out of bounds. They took what they gave them, and it was successful.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. Now Cook. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Again, it's Cook. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down? Now we've got movement up front, and I think this is going to be on Minnesota. The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
Now after the false start, they need 8 yards here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge. And that's good enough for a 1st down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll look to throw. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Jones. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there. And that'll make this a 2nd down. Back to throw. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
He's back to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be out of bounds as he gets this down about the 21 or 22.
Well, how about keeping your head about you in this situation? No more timeouts. Finds a way to get out of bounds. Now they can breathe a little bit as they contemplate what to do on the next down.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. He'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete with the clock down now to 13 seconds.
And now defensively in the 2-minute drill, the big key to me, make sure you understand your assignments. And anytime you get a chance to tackle someone in bounds, get them on the ground.
Behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 15. They'll look to throw again. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. And, oh, it's incomplete. Oh, that would have been 6 points, but somehow he couldn't rein it in. These are the spots, this stage of the game, where it pays to have speed on the perimeter, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and in the 2nd quarter, he may very well run by him, but in this situation, I know as a defender, I'm loosening up a couple of extra steps that allowed him to run with him stride for stride.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw again. Going for it all. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Lions are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game.
Oh, you got to do better than that.
Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here. Coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it.
And we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.
So for Detroit, they use the favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the Green Bay Packers. Meanwhile, for the Vikings, they'll drop to 0-2, and they'll try and turn things around next week as they have a date at MetLife Stadium with the New York Jets. So for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Next game, guess what? Charles and I will be here again. It's the